Today I want to show you a better way to handle client intake. If you're sending the same intake forms, asking the same questions, and chasing the same files for every new client, you don't have a client problem, you have a system problem. In this video, I'll show you how to systemize that process using Sydnee Client Portals, so onboarding clients is faster, easier, and way less manual. A request template is a reusable request. So instead of rebuilding the same intake form for every new client, you build it once, save it, and reuse it whenever you need it. So let's hop into Sydnee and I'll walk through step-by-step how to build one. Before we can even create a request template, we'll first need to make a request. So let's go over to Requests, and then go over here to New Request. First, we'll choose the client that it's going to. So select the account, and then the client. And here you have access to other templates if you'd like to use one of those, but we'll continue making a blank request for now. Then you'll give it a name that's easy to recognize later, something that you can use as a recipe for future requests. So let's try Website Content Collection. You also have an option to add an intro message right here if you'd like to give a little bit more context to your client. And then if there's anything sensitive in this request, you can also toggle private. And then hit Create Request. Then this brings us into the builder. So here, this is where you'll drag and drop and customize all the sections you need for this request. Things like short answers, long answers, dates, and signatures if you need approvals are just a few that might be helpful. You can customize the title of each section, even down to the placeholder text, and you can really get granular with how custom you build these templates. Other useful things like uploading images and files can be really nice for collecting information from your clients. And as always, you can drag and drop and rearrange the fields as you need them. And once that looks good, you'll hit Next and preview it to see exactly what the client will see. Once that's good, we'll hit Next again, and then you can choose when to publish the request. You can either publish the request immediately, or you can schedule it to send later. You can also notify your client by email with a custom message if you'd like to. And the best part is you can set a due date with reminders for your client, so reminders are handled automatically through your email, you can set the frequency, and you don't have to worry about chasing any files or information down from clients. Once that all looks good, you can hit Publish or Schedule Request. Then once we go back to Requests, we can see our request right here. So now that we've created a request that we want to reuse again later, let's turn it into a template. Click on the three dots to the right of the request and click Create Template. You'll give it a name that's easy to recognize later, and then you can also add a short description if you'd like to. And once that looks good, we'll hit Create Template. So in this part, we can review our template and make sure everything looks good to go. If we need to, we can always rearrange, change, and add sections that we were missing before. And just as a bonus tip, you can configure your API settings right here. And if we go back to templates, that template is now saved and we can use it whenever we need it. So we've just created this template. I'm going to star it so I know that this is the one that I want to reuse. And let's use it. This time we'll select the client that it's going to now. And anything you add in this field is specific to this client only. This does not change your template. This only informs your current client what they'll need to know. And once we have that in there, we can create a new request. Same thing as before, we'll just double check to make sure this one is exactly as we need it before we hit Send. Hit Next. Then we'll do one last preview in the client view, and we can see here, this is the specific changes we had for this client only, including their detailed message. Everything looks good, so I'll hit Next. I'll schedule this out to go later. I'm going to notify this client by email. I've added a custom message, and then I'll set the due date. I'll send a couple of reminders, maybe 3 days before, 1 day before, and on the due date, and then we'll just schedule the request. This works really well for anything you have to do more than once. Onboarding, creative briefs, document and file collection, approvals. If you find yourself sending the same thing twice, it's a good sign that it should be a template.